Hello everyone, so something different today. I'm going to read out reviews of the great Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme original Italian version, which we see here, a POV video from me today, and the reviews on Fragrantica are really good, so I'm going to read out some of the most poetic ones. It's better than me waffling about it, right? By the way, before we do that, don't forget my recommended UK-based fragrance sampling site is fragrancesamplesuk.com, an amazing array of designer and niche fragrances, and the code Mr. Smelly 10 gets you 10% off across the site. My recommended USA-based fragrance sampling site is the Fragrance Decamp Boutique. That's decampboutique.com. That code Mr. Smelly 10 gets you 10% off across their site, where they have an amazing array of designer and niche fragrances. Both sites linked in the description of this video. So let's get into these reviews on Fragrantica. You have to be careful and look for the older version. There are two different segments on Fragrantica, and these reviews should pertain to the original, released in 1994. Note listing is lavender, lemon, bergamot, clary sage, tarragon, mandarin orange, neroli, pepper, cinnamon, coriander, geranium, violet, jasmine, rose, tobacco, tonka, sandalwood, musk, cedar, amber, coumarin, and iris. That's quite a note listing. Let's see some of the nostalgic thoughts from the lovely people on Fragrantica. Somebody called Ochi Dahu says, Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme 1994, a blast from the past. Ah, the sweet nostalgia. Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme takes me back to my carefree high school days when life was simple and worry-free. This iconic scent was the go-to fragrance among my friends and me, and it instantly transports me back to those memorable times. The moment I spritz it on, I'm hit with the unmistakable citrus and lavender notes that evoke the freshness and energy of youth. The warmth of the leather tobacco heart notes wraps me in a comforting embrace, reminiscent of hanging out with friends at the mall or cruising down the highway with the windows down. The base notes of vanilla and musk adds essential depth, bringing to mind memories of first loves and stolen kisses. It's like flipping through an old photo album, reliving the laughter, the adventures, and the dreams of our teenage years. Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme is more than just a fragrance. It's a time machine in a bottle. It captures the essence of our youth, when life was uncomplicated and our biggest worry was what to wear to the next school dance. If you're looking for a scent that will transport you back to a simpler era, look no further. Pour Homme is a classic, true throwback that will have you reminiscing about the good old days in no time. Here we have one, I think this is a female writer, Hansi is the name. She says, this is so sexy on a man, one of my favourite men's fragrances ever. So much so, I even had a bottle in around 2002, even though I would not say it was unisex. I just loved it. I got a little vial of Le Labo Lavande 31 a while ago, and the lavender top note transported me back to this, though this is much better. Moving on down, we have Dean, 1955. He says, this was my signature perfume in the 90s and all the ladies loved it. I'm talking about the original Italian version. Today, February 23rd, 2024, I found an old bottle that I didn't know I had. There's about 10 ml left. Gave myself 3 sprays and it took me back in time, as perfumes often do. A classic solid perfume for a mature man. I'm surprised at how good it is. It has been many years since the last time I used this. Always got lots of compliments. We'll test it next time I go out on the town. Too bad they changed this. The other version from 2012 is, so to speak, a different perfume. I didn't like that one at all. My girlfriend came in now right when I write this and asked, what smells so good? Yep, this is still a winner. Smiley face. I am all Montal, no, but this perfume is still great. Are you lucky and can get the original Italian version? Don't even think about it. Another one, Mosmic, has commented here, this was my signature scent back in the late 90s and early 2000s. It was the most popular one together with Acqua di Gio, where I lived. Personally, before I buy it, I had asked most of my female friends for suggestions, and this was by far the most suggested. This was a great scent, and I'm happy I was able to find a Euro-Italian version recently. It projects nostalgia and 90s optimism. New version is good, but not great. Palm Squad says, my go-to for dressing up or fancy dinners or when I'm feeling sophisticated, smiley face. Still have my bottle from the early 2000s glued on paper label. Peeled off by now, still smells amazing. James Pawn says this, the Euro Italia bottle smells amazing. Just wow, so good, even better than the one by P&G Prestige, which is already terrific and holds its ground. It's just got like an extra punch of wow. Dreamer smells like garbage crap in comparing these bottles to it. Right, okay. Anila Dawn says this, I started reading the comments here, read Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme about an hour ago, as I wanted to find out if it had stood the test of time. It used to be one of my preferred EDTs before the turn of the century, along with Koros, Antaeus, and CH for men. I'm glad to know that there are those among you who, like me, experienced DGPH in its earliest incarnation. After seeing the David the Accademia here in Florence this morning, I went to Profumia Bigiorti Invicta to check out their dwindling supply of vintage fragrances. To my surprise, a single bottle of Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme was right in front of me. Not thinking what version it was, I picked it up. The gracious perfume lady gave me a 20% discount. It brought back memories of college. Here are the specs of this particular bottle. DGBH EDT 75ml, Euro Italia SRL 252, Monza made in Italy. We'll post an update once I open the sealed blue velvet box upon my return to San Francisco this weekend. We wait with bated breath. One more. Tony Vanilla says, most sexy fragrance for men out there. Really a classic from the 90s. As mentioned before, too bad for the reformulation, as not the same as the power juice as the original. Sick. Had to buy again, though currently made in France version, but again the original still best. So great nostalgia for this one. I agree, it's an absolutely magnificent one. Now some people say, well, you're not helping us because it's discontinued in that formula. I've found several bottles over the years, and so can you. There were loads made. It is possible to pick it up. Don't shy away even from getting an aftershave splash if you have to. It's an amazing composition. I must get the newest version because apparently some are saying it's back to something closer to its former glory, but I doubt it. What do you think about this one? Have you got a bottle, and are you okay with me talking about an old formula? I think it's okay because if I've bought 4 or 5 bottles over the last 4 or 5 years, so can you. You can get it if you put your mind to it. So don't miss out on Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme vintage version. See you in the next video, folks. Remember, whatever you're doing in life, let's project. And although sometimes life can stink, at least we can always smell good. Bye-bye. Hello everyone, don't forget that Norton & Wilson's Gravitas Pour Homme is currently available for a very special offer price of $90 in the USA or £70 in the UK. That includes postage. Don't miss out on your chance to get this sensational aromatic fougere fragrance from English perfumer John Stephen at nortonandwilson.com.